Welcome to the deep dive, where we take the sources you send us and really dig in to find the interesting bits.
That's right. And today, it's something a bit different. We're looking at a travelogue, Luna's World Tour.
Yeah, it follows this 1-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier, Luna. She's got this always wagging tail and apparently a very noticeable white right
Yeah, a
paw.
very distinctive paw, yes.
Yeah,
And our job today, our sort of mission for this deep dive, is to explore her travels.
exactly. Not just where she went, but what we can learn from it. Seeing the world through, well, through a dog's eyes and nose. It's a unique perspective on culture, environment, everything.
And it's not just a quick trip around the block either. She covered a lot of ground, multiple continents, hugely different places. It's quite impressive.
Seriously impressive. Okay, so let's dive in. First stop, Paris.
And she gets there, not stuffed in cargo, but on a private jet.
Right, imagine that. The sounds, the smells, the textures, even before landing. It's a pretty unique arrival.
Definitely sets the tone. And then Paris itself. The travelogue mentions her exploring cafes, specifically her interest in leftover croissants.
Which sounds funny, but it's all about scent, isn't it? For her, that's not just food. It's like a whole story of who was there, what happened.
Precisely. It's her way of mapping the environment. And then you have the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, the description says she felt like she'd conquered a delicious part of the world, which is, a very dog-centric way of putting it.
It is, but it suggests she's associating this huge new thing with positive feelings, with excitement, maybe even a reward.
Okay, so from Paris, next stop, London.
And here we get more about Luna herself. Her goofy grin is mentioned.
We do tend to read human emotions into our pets, but it does paint a picture, right, of this friendly, approachable dog.
Absolutely. And her behavior seems to bear that out, like in
Sure.
Trafalgar Square.
Ah, yes, the pigeons. Classic dog move.
Classic. But apparently the beefeaters, the guards, were actually amused by her antics.
That's interesting. Shows how an animal can kind of cut through the formality sometimes, create a little connection.
It really does. And there's that image described, Luna posing by a red telephone booth.
With the white paw showing. Yeah, I remember reading that.
It's more than just cute, though. It's placing her right inside this very British icon, this specific cultural moment.
Totally. Okay, then a massive shift. Tokyo.
Ooh. Yeah, talk about sensory overload. The lights, the crowds, the noise. Completely different from Paris or London.
Must have been intense. And the travelogue mentions her learning to bow, like a little dip of the head.
Yeah, which suggests she's, picking up on cues, mirroring behavior, which is pretty remarkable.
It really is. And enjoying salmon sushi.
And saying konnichiwa, well, her version of it, to a Shiba Inu.
So you've got cross-species communication, shared enjoyment of food, even if it's just sniffing approvingly.
Exactly. Food is such a universal thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even apparently dog-friendly sushi.
Okay, next up, Rome. Ancient ruins as a playground.
Yeah, chasing lizards in the Colosseum.
Yeah.
It's history meeting pure instinct. The past is just an exciting place to chase things now.
Huh. Right, and she charmed a gelato vendor.
Apparently so. Got a dog-friendly scoop? It shows that knack animals have, using their charm, those nonverbal cues, to get what they want from us humans.
The power of the puppy dog eyes, even on a global scale. Okay, China, the Great Wall.
A totally different kind of challenge. This is physical.
Climbing part of it, tail wagging, it's that drive, isn't it? To explore, to get up high maybe. Doesn't matter if it's historically significant, it's a hill to conquer.
Precisely. And then there was the Peking opera observation.
That's a strange one. What would a dog make of that?
Well, she wouldn't get the story, obviously, but the sounds, the music, the bright, elaborate costumes. It would be a really rich, maybe confusing, but definitely intense sensory input, something totally novel.
True. Okay, let's jump to Mumbai, another huge shift.
Vibrant colors, intense spices. Just the smell must have been incredible.
And navigating those packed crowds shows her adaptability, I guess, and how much she relies on smell to figure things out.
Definitely. The source mentions her sniffing the flower markets. Imagine that for a dog's nose. An absolute explosion of sense.
Wow. And trying a tiny bit of chicken tikka masala.
Yeah.
Carefully, I hope.
Yes, mild apparently.
Yeah.
But still, it shows that willingness to explore new tastes, new smells.
Then Bangkok, floating market.
Now that's a unique setting. Riding in a long-tailed boat, all the smells from the water, the food stall.
Yeah, a perspective we just don't think about.
No.
And she approved of mango sticky rice. Dogs have surprisingly varied palates sometimes.
They do. And then, a contrast, a peaceful walk in a temple garden. Shows she could handle both the chaos and the calm.
Good point. Okay, Dubai. The contrast there is key, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You've got the traditional markets, the souks, and then bam, these futuristic skyscrapers.
And Luna's reaction. Fascination with the desert, but also enjoying a dip in a fancy hotel pool.
Right. Shows that adaptability again from natural landscapes to, well, extreme luxury.
Switzerland next. The Alps.
Ah, the sheer beauty. And Luna playing in the snow.
That's just pure joy, isn't it? Doesn't matter if you're human or canine. Snow is fun.
Totally. And the scenic train ride. Absorbing those huge landscapes, maybe in a more relaxed way.
Makes sense. Then down under Sydney?
Beaches. Dog paradise, surely.
Oh, yeah. Chasing waves, digging,
Mhm.
classic dog beach behavior just on the other side of the world. And a cautious hello to a kangaroo.
That's a meeting you don't see every day. A very Australian encounter.
Definitely. Then New Zealand, Queenstown. Adventure capital?
And Luna apparently got into the spirit. Safe bungee jumping, I assume, harnessed in very securely.
One would hope. And hiking in the forests. Just soaking up that adventurous vibe.
And those mountain views.
Ugh.
Again, appreciating the scale of nature.
Canada next, Banff.
More stunning nature, those turquoise lakes, the mountains. Just wow.
And Luna's activities. Canoeing with a life jacket, importantly.
Good. Safety first.
Yeah.
And chasing squirrels, of course. Then relaxing by a cabin fireplace. The whole Canadian Rockies experience.
Sounds idyllic. Then somewhere completely different again. Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, the energy. The source mentions Luna trying to, like, wiggle along to samba music on the beach.
That's hilarious, absorbing the local rhythm.
Seems like it. And taking in the view from Christ the Redeemer. Another massive landmark. A huge visual input.
Okay, speeding up a bit as we near the end of the tour. Singapore.
Ah, the city in a garden. Futuristic architecture, but also those amazing green spaces like gardens by the bay.
And Luna strolling through there, plus enjoying treats at a hawker center. Shows how integrated pets can be in some cities.
Very true. And then a place maybe not everyone thinks of for this kind of trip. Seoul, South Korea.
This was a cool addition. Luna in a custom-made hanbok. The traditional clothing.
Yep. Exploring Bucheon-Hanek Village, the traditional houses. It's an immersion in the culture's aesthetics.
And enjoying dog-friendly bulgogi food again.
Always food. And watching a Taekyon demonstration, the traditional martial art.
Plus, making a friend a Jindo dog by the Han River. That canine connection is universal.
It really is. Doesn't matter where you are.
Okay, the final stop mention. Cape Town, South Africa.
A brilliant place to finish. So much variety. Watching penguins at Boulder's Beat.
Amazing. And exploring the colorful Bo-Cap neighborhood.
And the views from Table Mountain. A final spectacular panorama.
Wow, what a trip. And the travelogue ends by mentioning the faint sense of all these places still lingering in her fur when she gets home.
That's such a evocative detail, isn't it? Really emphasizes the sensory journey. She didn't just see the world, she smelled it, tasted it, felt it, made friends.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture here?
Well, I think Luna's tour, as fun as it sounds, really does give us this unexpectedly insightful lens on the world. Seeing it through her experiences highlights things we might miss.
Yeah, the sensory details, the small interactions, the way environments feel different, not just visually, but olfactorily. Is that a word?
Yeah. But yes, it highlights the richness of experience available if we, pay attention like a dog might. It's a charming way to appreciate global diversity.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you went on a world tour, what details would you pick up on if you were really open like that? Or maybe even what would your own pet discover?
Exactly. It kind of invites you to look at even familiar places with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Or a fresh nose.
Yeah.
There's always something new to discover.
A fantastic thought to end on. Well, that brings us to the end of this deep dive. Thanks for exploring Luna's amazing journey with us.